Boy YK. Hold up. I can't even remember the one I said the last time. But it came off too clutch. I don't think you can say that shit perfect too many times. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know how I came up with that one. However, this video right here is gonna tell you everything you need to know about when you're trying to get a Dodge Scatpack. So this video right here is my experience in dealing with the dealership, you know. So as you guys know, I bought my car in July. Yeah, so I bought it in July because of my car flood. If you haven't watched that video, I'm gonna pin it. So yeah, so basically what happened was I was looking for a car at that point. Like when my car flooded, man, I immediately like, man, I gotta start looking for a car because I knew it was bad. I'm like, man, I know I ain't gonna get my car back after this pretty much. So I started just getting into the process of like getting a new car because I knew it was gonna have to happen. So I started calling around, but I couldn't actually look for a car until I actually got out of that situation. So once my insurance company pretty much figured out what they was gonna do with the car or whatever, I started calling around more, and I was actually at a point where I could just start going to visit. But the way I work is like, I can't really go meet people actually. And at the time, man, Corona was pretty much still like a thing. So I just kept looking, man, you know. And I found a place, man. It was called La Fontaine, the same place I got my car from. So I called. I got in touch with this. By the way, I ain't gonna bash her, but Alicia, you fucked up. You sold that car. You fucked up. So yeah, she sold. So basically what happened was I called her. One of the only places that had a Scat Pack at the time. So I called her. She like, yeah, we got a Scat Pack in, all black. I'm like, yes. I'm like, all right, I've been looking around, man. I haven't found one. So I wanted a black on black originally. So I had my mind fixed on a black on black Scat Pack. So I'm like, all right, just calling around. Like, anybody you got black? I'm like, you have any color? They like, no. So every one of them I'm going in, they basically like, oh, so I talked to her. So I talked to her on, I would say like a Tuesday. So Tuesday I talked to her, and she basically told me that they had one in. She ran my credit and shit. Well, I'm guessing she like saw all that shit. And she told me like how much my payments would be. Like she gave me an estimate on a lot of stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. When I get a chance to get off, I'm gonna pretty much come up there or whatever. So that was gonna be within the next couple days. So so basically what happened was I ended up like I think she called me, I didn't answer, but we were still texting, like we still keeping in communication. So by that time I ended up getting off of work, you know. So I had a couple days off where I can just go ahead and go out and keep looking, you know. So so yeah, so I get to looking and I'm not seeing nothing like at all. So by that time me and her still kind of talking, but her communication is getting like real like you wasn't really trying to buy this car type thing. And I guess she was shopping it around, you know, because of how limited they were at the time. So she's shopping it around, not knowing that I'm really in the mode to buy this car right now because I need it. So first of all, she said their place was in like their place was in a weird spot, and I'm like, I don't even know where that's at. But she was like, yeah, we can ship it to you, or whatever. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I ain't gotta come all the way out there. So she was gonna ship it there and everything. So she said it was getting shipped from this place in Lansing with basically the same company in Lansing. So I'm pretty much like, all right, cool. So I'm talking to more companies, man, and they not really having no Scat Packs. I seen a wide body, it was like it's sold already. Then I see like another Scat Pack. They was saying they were sold. So I'm like, so I'm going through the whole process of like, man, I'm never gonna find this car. So I was actually on a hunt to go look for more of them, because of like the previous day they was telling me like, man, you'll have to order it, and we not sure if we gonna get any more because of the times, and we not sure if we gonna get them. So they was like, yeah, you pre-order it, then you can go ahead, you can make it how you want to make it, and it'll get sent. Like, we'll pretty much call you like when it's there. And I'm in a place where it's like, I need this car within this next month. Like, I'm driving around in a rental car or whatever, man. So it's like, I need this car with like in the next couple days, actually, because I had the rental car for a while at that point. So I didn't get an answer from nobody, man. So I'm like, man, what is going on? So I sit down. I'm at one dealership, man. It's in Grosse Pointe. It's called Ray Latham. So I go there, and the dude is, he want to make the sale, but he really not trying to make the sale. Like, he like trying to like muscle me into paying more than what I was trying to pay, you know. So that's why I talk about negotiating. Like, negotiating is a big process of like getting the car. So I would say know as much as you can before you even get into that situation, because if you know how much the market is and how much these cars normally go for, the MSRP really doesn't matter, because they gonna try to make that sale just based on the price, you know, depending on the price, you know. So I say look at the MSRP that certain dealerships are charging, because they vary. So I would look at that. Then I would say know as much as you can about the car, how much everybody else paying, you know. Then I would say, when you get in there, just have confidence, man. If you got the money, have confidence, man. Just have confidence. So basically what happened was, I ended up talking to him, man. He was trying to fucking upcharge me at first, and then once I got to talking to him, I'm like, man, I don't even want that color. So I just got to like cutting it to him, man. I'm like, I don't want that color. I don't care about the car. I don't care about no sunroof. I'm like, man, I want an all black one anyway. So I was just cutting it to him about that, and he ended up going down on the price. And then we ended up finding out that it's a demo car, so he take even more off. So I was gonna end up getting the car for about 37, like 36 or 37, because he originally started off at like 42, and he like, man, I can't really take it down lower than 42. But all of a sudden we end up getting to like 38, 37, like the 38, 37 range. So I'm like, man, they just be saying shit just to be saying it, you know. So I didn't end up getting that car because I didn't want that color, which is the color that I ended up getting anyway. So the next day, I'm like, man, they just like, man, maybe you need to call that dude back. So I call him back, he don't answer. So I ended up, I'm like, well, the chick said that, oh, basically, so when I was in there, he told me that it says that she sold that black Charger that I was going to look at, you know. And me and her wasn't in contact that day, because I couldn't get in contact with her, because I kept texting her and stuff, and she wasn't responding. So she basically ended up selling the car, but she was trying to make me come there still. Like, she tried to make me make an appointment. She like, yeah, you can come in Thursday and we can get you right in and all that. But the dude told me she sold the car. So I'm like, what is it? I'm like, what? So where is it? So I'm really confused at this point. So I just called the dealership that she said that they were sending the car from. So I just called them just to like, as just like a thing, like, all right, maybe if she was getting it from there, they got more. So I called, and then they said they had 4 in. And then when they said they had 4 in, I was like, oh yeah, I'm coming tomorrow. I said I'm coming right now. So we just uprooted on that route. So yeah, so we ended up getting there. They had the 4. I talked to the lady, man. I put like a deposit down, and then like from there, like everything just started turning around for me pretty much. And then she got kind of like weird too, you know, cause she like, you gotta get it by Friday, and she like if you don't come by Friday, then we put it back on the market pretty much. And she was just basically just trying to like rush me. So basically the check ended up coming the next day, and I'm calling her, man, and she answered, and then like I talked to her about the little information or whatever, like, and then she was just like, just call me back. So I'm calling her, man, like, it's like, bro, I'm calling her for like 2 hours, bro, no lie. I'm calling her for like, well, I'm trying to get in touch with her for like 2 hours, because I sent her the information that she needed, and I was trying to move on. I'm like, man, time is running down. Like, I'm trying to get this car today. So she didn't end up getting back in contact with me until like a couple hours later. So I'm mad at this point, like, bro, like you really about to negotiate yourself out of a deal. So I ended up calling the place back. I'm like, do y'all got somebody else that I can go through, man? Cause she like, I'm like, man, she giving me the runaround right now, man. I'm trying to get this car. So yeah, I'm up there basically on the phone with them like, dog, y'all better figure something out. So basically they said she was with a client. Like, I'm like, she with a client? I'm like, I understand you trying to get your sales or whatever, man, but don't just push a sale that you about to make off in order to get a possible sale, you know? Like, I would say secure the sale that you have first, and then go look other places, you know? Like, if I was giving her the runaround or anything, like, I understand. But if I'm telling you, like, the check came in and I'm ready and stuff like that, like, I would automatically assume that you think like, all right, I'm about to make this sale. I got to get this sale done right now. So basically, she'll end up getting the sale done. So I end up getting mad at her. That's why I didn't record none of the like taking delivery process or anything like that, because I was disappointed, man. I was really like frustrated the whole way going there. So I really was like, man, I really don't even want to deal with her, man, because like she was just avoiding me the whole day pretty much, I feel like. And I'm like, why would I reward you with a sale if you've been like ducking me, like, pretty much? So basically I ended up going through her, and the whole process, like, it was cool, man. Like, I say overall, man, I understand why I had to go through everything I went through, and I love the car, man. So yeah, I would say know those 3 things. If you know those 3 things, then you pretty much gonna get you a car at the price that you want it around, you know? So yeah, thanks for watching, man. I'm about to get ready to go to work, actually. Just watch my next video.